Hi, Matthew Ryan here, Dairy Advisor with Teagasc in Clonakilty, and today we're going to have a very brief video on the importance of colostrum for newborn calves. This time of the year there's going to be a lot of cows calving, so there's going to be a lot of newborn calves on the ground, and especially over the coming weeks. So the importance of colostrum is very topical at the moment. Why is colostrum so important? So when a calf is born, it has absolutely no immunity, and it is completely dependent on the quality of the colostrum to have sufficient immunity transfer. And this is crucial in order to give the calf the best quality start for the first few weeks of its life until it develops its own immunity. So in terms of colostrum management, when a calf is born, in the first 2 hours of its life, it has the highest ability to absorb colostrum. So the IgGs, which are the antibodies inside the milk, is the absorption capability of a calf for those antibodies is the highest in the first 2 hours of its life, and then it rapidly declines within the first 6 hours, and after 24 hours it's as good as zero. Also, in terms of the colostrum quality of the mother, that starts to decline the longer we leave the interval from calving to the first milking. So time is crucial in order to have sufficient quality of colostrum to feed that newborn calf. A question that we often get is, in terms of group meetings or at farm walks or talking to a farmer, is how much colostrum should a calf get? So there's a very simple rule of thumb, which is 1, 2, 3. So the first milking should be given to the calf within 2 hours at 3 litres. So 3 litres is generally the common amount of milk that's given to a newborn calf. Some people might have smaller calves, some people have bigger calves, so they might change that a small bit and use the 10% of birth weight rule. The other thing to bear in mind with colostrum is cleanliness. A lot of us go through a lot of effort to ensure that the quality of the colostrum the cow produces is of good quality, but we also need to make sure that the milking apparatus we're using, or the buckets or the bottles that we're using to feed these calves, are clean. It is important to remember that when we're heating or thawing out colostrum, we do so slowly as to avoid denaturing the proteins and reducing the quality of the colostrum. So ideally the water temperature should not be above 50 degrees. Water temperature above 50 degrees may cause denaturing of the proteins in the colostrum and reduce the quality of that colostrum. It is also important to remember that we should feed that milk or that colostrum at blood temperature, which is around 38.5 degrees Celsius.